This is gonna be a nice experiment because normally, like the sellout wheel, this is real talk. So the real talk means, more serious vibe. I actually wonder to which extent real talk actually contributes to donations. And this is actually a very nice way of testing it. And yeah, like this anonymous donator just gave a very long song, very chill music. And I'm here actually, Reese, with Real Talk with Reese. We haven't done actually any Real Talk with Reese. Huh?
That's true, but I do have to take a piss again. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you can go take a piss. You can go take a piss. So yeah, while you guys are watching, I'm just gonna talk about some personal stuff like this website, like this place, moving here, going from Belgium, leaving my family and stuff. Like honestly, when I think about it, a lot of people, when you guys are just watching, there's not so much you guys actually see different, because like you guys get to like you just see a different setting. Maybe there's some party and stuff, but like when it comes down to the experience, things look very similar as an outsider. Sometimes even it looks like we are slacking, or it looks like we are we're not really so active anymore. But the thing is that what a lot of people don't realize is that we put a lot of effort and time in our projects, and when people don't really see these things because they all happen behind the scenes, they can very easily get the view that we are giving up on what we are doing. But the thing is that what we try to achieve with this website, and what we're trying to achieve with coming over here and having more people like apply and sit and work together with us, is actually expand the impact that we have in a very effective way. And that is always something that requires quite some preparation work. Like for example, the Avengers, we contacted I think 30,000 Twitch streamers. 2,500 of those actually committed to join the Avenger project, and that is on itself really a lot of work. We had to make sure to check out like who is streaming and such, because there is no database. We had to create our own database. We had people screening during the night, and then we had a scraper that actually got the information and such. We had someone contacting the emails. There's a lot of things that we have been doing. Same with like talking with Save the Children to make sure that we can have the Avenger project going and such. And the reason why I'm explaining all this is because while on the front end, while you guys, the front end is me talking to you guys on the stream, can sometimes look like, we're slacking, or, we are, like quite uncalculated. The back end is extremely, is every day a challenge. And this entire event where we wanted to raise, like actually publicity for Gaming for Good, has been just one thing in all these, preparation works. And this is just what you guys experience. But at the end of the day, when you think about it, like our main goal and our main motives from the get-go has always been the same, and we always try to make an as big impact as possible. And maybe the way we do it changes over time, but our core goal has always stayed the same. And the reason why I'm saying that is because when people come to this stream, they might feel like, yeah, this is a sellout stream, or where is the charity stuff, or where is the Athene I know about charity, like, or where is the troll Athene or whatever. But the thing is, like, what connects and binds all these things together is our ability to have the biggest impact possible. And I do know, and that's something that I find a very big shame, that Real Talk can help a lot. And not just towards you guys, but also to the people here and such. Like Real Talk has a very awareness expanding influence, because it really just reminds you of what is really important in life. And we live in a society where so much distraction happens day in, day out. And when you take away all the bullshit, you really get to stand right in front of what really matters. And certainly people realize that that what keeps them busy day in, day out doesn't really matter at all. And most problems that really sees as, you know, are experienced as really great and such, are actually extremely small. And what is extremely a shame is that talking about these things and really going in depth about these things and really explain what matters and such is something that doesn't really generate the same amount of donations than if I just go party it up. And that is something that we have experienced from the get-go when we were also doing Operation Sharecraft, is that the charity focus and talking about children dying and talking about a reality that is very far from people has a less revenue, brings about less revenue. Well, is revenue the right word? Donations brings in less donations than if we focus on just dancing and doing crazy shit. And I'm not here to try and guilt trip people and stuff, but it's just like taking the reality for what it is and learning about it and building on it is really something that has allowed us to, you know, like really improve and increase our efficiency and raise a lot of money. Like we've raised now, what is it, $46,000 in, what is it, 197 hours. And the reason why we do so, it's not just because like Gaming for Good is a great platform that allows us to do so, but it's also because we always optimize the formats to, you know, to get the most donations. And it's crazy to see how one of the most effective ones is having fun. Like having a fun stream and a stream that people watch and really enjoy has proven to be one of the best formats out of everything, whether it's dancing or whether it's, you know, like just like really a vibe of fun. Because a lot of people, when they go and they come back of their work or whatever and they look at the, you know, they look at the stream, like they just, you know, like if we are enjoying ourselves, it rubs off on them and they are more inclined to just go like, oh yeah, I'll support this. And the problem is that, like, when you talk about serious topics or when you talk about real talk, these aspects and these subjects sometimes are a bit too serious for people that want to just put a stream on and entertain themselves. But the problem is that it's a very dangerous cycle you can fall into, because if you go through a life that, you know, requires a very hard job, like these insights can really allow you to overcome falling in such a pattern where you go work your ass off, get back from home and really need that entertainment to, you know, to be able to have some kind of, you know, downtime. And by the time you're done with it, you have to go to bed and you wake up and rinse and repeat. While if you apply these insights that are really can be life-changing, you can break that pattern, break that cycle and really start doing things that really matter. And can also, you know, like support your awareness and your growth, and at the same time, you know, like understand these things from the right perspective. So basically, when I say these things, what sounds really crazy is that basically the people that need these insights the most are the ones that are the hardest to reach, and most of the time are also the ones that are watching the stream. Because like people, most of the time, people that really have a very, you know, like have an awareness where, you know, like they wake up and, you know, they are busy with projects, or they are busy with, you know, like with a lot of constructive stuff, like have a lot less time to watch streams. Like it's just like people that are not so much, you know, focused on entertaining have just overall a lot less time to watch streams. And I'm not saying that everybody that's watching the stream is just, you know, like in this brainless pattern, but like statistically the majority is. And as a result, when we want to cater to the audience that is actually tuning into what we do, we automatically have to tune down the awareness level of our communication, of our entertainment. And it's something we struggle, and we've always thought about how do we combine it? How do we find a format that, you know, that combines this intellectuality and this entertainment so we can reach to those people? But the problem is it's very hard, because a lot of the times it's putting like a mirror in front of people, and sometimes the reality can be quite like can put them out of their comfort zone, even though that's an illusion. Like, because you might think like, yeah, putting myself in a flow where I you know, I start eating healthy and I start eating, you know, starting to exercise and starting to you know, like put myself in an environment that all like, or sleeping enough or meditation, that all sounds too much for me. Like that all sounds as too much sacrifices. I have to give up this, I have to give up that. But the reality is like, you're not giving up things. The reality is that you're enriching your life to an extent where you just have you're in a much better position to take action and to grow as a person. And that is something that we always struggle. And the reason why we end up to just focus on charity and raising money for charity is because what we have learned is one of the most powerful ways to inspire people to become more positive and better is to get people to donate and to donate to a cause they really believe in or actually can have a good feeling about. So afterwards, when they reflect on it, even if they have a bigger awareness or whatever, these moments where they did donate will vibe much better with them and will inspire more positive action. So the reason why I'm explaining all this is because I want to give you guys a little bit of a, like a little bit view behind the scenes of the daily, the daily challenges that we experience that you guys have no clue are there, yet are the most dominant behind the scenes. On the back end, that is what is dominant. How do we use our time in the most effective way to have the biggest impact, the biggest change, and sometimes translating that into an audience that is mainly tuning in for entertainment can really warp the message that we bring across in a way that sometimes can be very disconnecting. Like you see us, for example, asking for money and being aggressive about it and going like, give me your cash, and you might almost wonder like, what are these guys doing? Like, how do they warp that in their head to make that fit with their ideology or whatever? But when you start looking behind it and you start understanding the dynamics, you see like, oh, this seems to work. And it's basically is crazy to think and to see how basically translating a message that is just focused on doing good can turn into a fucking sellout stream, like front end, while the back end is only filled with positive intentions. And it's because the world works like that. It's like and when I say and I bring it up and I bring in people saying in the chat like, damn son, this is so true. Like how how the world cares about money. Like if we raise a lot of money for charity, people don't care about it. And if we want to attract other streamers to use the platform, like we raised more than $20 million, people don't care. But if we start really like almost like if we are the kings of the money, if we are the ones that make the most money on Twitch, and we can just slap everyone with showing like, this is the cash we make daily, then what you get is people going like, holy shit, how do they do that? They want to become like that because the way they define success is through money. If people would define success through the change you had in the world, people would already all be all over us. But that's not the reality we live in. We live in a reality where fame, success, money, like impressing others, like showing off is so central in our society that if you want to cater to people to actually, be inspired in doing and like following up in our footsteps, you almost need to speak that language. And making so much money that it's almost disgusting, like $46,000 in 197 hours. Like honestly, that is fucking disgustingly much. That is just ridiculous. That's just really for us. It's money for us. Like a lot of people don't realize this doesn't go to chat. It's like actually money we made. It's disgusting when you think about it because people literally, there's people that have to work fucking 4 years for that amount. Like literally 4 years. We made that in 7 days. In 7 days, we made what people made in 4 years. And what it does is people that just are in that pattern of making money and day in, day out, or struggling with their stream to make money, if they hear these guys are making in 7 days what I would make in 4 years, okay, I want to listen. They have something to say and they are telling me I can do the same. And it's basically like, that is just the dynamic and it's that simple. And like when people come and people measure us, like, when we're just a charity guys, like it's just like, yeah, these guys are charity, or we're scammers because they can't understand it, or we're fucking stupid. But if we are making so much cash, like honestly, this is gonna sound really crazy, but it, like from a certain audience, it makes them respect us more. It sounds really fucking wacko that I'm saying it, but like it's even in my family. Even my own fucking family, can even give my father as an example. All the charity work we did, like he doesn't understand it. He goes like, man, you gotta take care of yourself. You can't trust anyone. Like, people are gonna backstab you. The world is shit. The world is crap. Just make your own money. Day in, day out is being told me to not trust anyone. And now that I'm making so much cash, it's like, yeah, I'm proud of you. And that is the world we live, where the extent to which people value you and the extent to which people, you know, look up to you is much defined with the social framework people put you in. And if social conditioning teaches you from when you are young and while you grow up that empty material stuff is more important than caring and human values, then of course we will end up in a situation where all these things are almost like washed up, like we just live a washed up life, and we look up on washed up things, and it translates in the way we look and we frame, and we try to, when we frame things, and it just almost completely like just turns our life that is actually quite meaningful, even from a very simple organic like evolutionary point of view. If you just go to places like Mali, these people have more meaning in their life than we have here, because we have all these fucked up crazy social conditioning, and we just lost track why we're even here. And that's why so many people are depressed. That's why so many people are living an empty life, because they lost track with what they are here. And it's just understanding the brain, understanding what we are, understanding why we are here, the ability to, you know, take care of each other, the ability to love each other, the ability to, you know, work together. That is exactly what has allowed us to be here as a species in the first place. And it's because of technology and basically culture evolving so much faster than our biology, that we're actually a little bit, you know, we're like in limbo phase, where we're almost like in a sort of identity crisis on an evolutionary level, where we don't know where the fuck we are. While when we start understanding our brain, and while we start understanding neuroscience, these answers starting to be given. Instead of religion, it's more scientific now. And only now, very recently, we start to understand how these things come to life. And being aware of these things can really allow you to start, instead of living that washed up life, like detach yourself from that, understanding the dynamics of social conditioning and stuff, and start really valuing what really matters in life. But the problem is that while I say these things and I bring these things up, like these things require a certain level of awareness to understand. Like if you're young and the only thing you know is like having fun and playing games, and when I say these things, it's just like, it sounds boring. And of course there's also other people saying like, no, this is actually fucking insane, interesting, I can so much relate to it and stuff. But the problem is that like when you look at the masses, when you look at what defines the culture of the internet, this message is the most absorbed by people that need it the least. It sounds really crazy. And if you want it to be absorbed by the people that need it the most, you have to translate it. You have to start, you know, like compromising in your message to reach those people. And that is that is literally the paradox and the dilemma that we face day in, day out, that we discuss day in, day out with like other guys to see how we can translate that. And that is why, to give you guys a little overview over all the stuff, that is why we are in this situation where, you know, where all these mixed signals can be sent, and, you know, like where you can say like, oh, why no real talk? Why not this? Why not that? Like, honestly, I think real talk is one of the most effective things I've done in my life, because it has allowed to grow our group from 2 people to 14 people. And if it wasn't for the real talk, these people wouldn't be here. And I would love to just be able to do this all day long. If I could do this all day long, I would be doing this all day long. But the problem is, if I talk about these things, they're just so far away from what society, you know, like indoctrinates you. It's literally indoctrinates you. It's so far away from that it's almost like you're playing noise. I mean, like if it doesn't resonate with what you know day in, day out, even though it makes so much fucking sense right now, like for certain people, if it doesn't resonate, what it is, it's just like people just zap away. We live in a zap society. So the question is, how do we keep the audience to keep watching? How do we keep the audience engaged? How do we, you know, like how do we overcome these obstacles? And that's why, you know, like these messages and the stuff that I really like to do, you know, becomes more and more on the background, and we start doing more these kind of streams where we're just, you know, like making a lot of money and having fun, because that is what people understand. And I can tell you, and I can guarantee you, if people would think and reflect about these things, and I know that a lot of these stuff, it is far from your bed, but I can tell you, not only will you be more happy, you will be more fulfilled, you will be more successful, you will be just more stable person. All these things will just, like, you will live healthier, you will feel better in your body, you will be sharper, you will be more alive. Yet I can tell that, I can yell it, I can like even write a book about it where it's literally line by line explained over and over again. I can repeat it 1,000 times. If the awareness is not there, the message does not come across and it's not being absorbed. So yeah, like that's why I wanted to explain this. Like, people say real talk, like honestly, it is what I love the most. We have talked about it. I've been doing this, like there was a time where I was doing real talk almost 12 hours a day, non-stop. And I would love to keep doing real talk. But honestly, I'm also fully aware that real talk does not, you know, like real talk is something you also have to, you know, you also have to be aware of reality. So yeah. So that is why I'm explaining these things, I'm saying these things, I'm, you know, like really like analyzing these things. I can tell you guys, and I'm saying to you guys, all of you guys watching, you guys have so much potential right in front of you. If you guys would be aware of it, you would unlock so much potential. You guys are all fucking amazing. If you understand and value life and understand yourself and get rid of this bullshit that you're conditioned, like conditioned to be better than others, conditioned to, you know, judge others, conditioned to think in labels and conditioned to know, like you know, to simplify things. If you understand and you see yourself for what you are, life is amazing. If you stop taking things for granted and you start seeing what you have, you start, you know, appreciating life so much more, and a lot of the things that you chase is stuff that once you have it, you like, it gives you a very temporary kick, but then it goes over, and life is too short, and being aware of these things can make you, you know, realize these things and allow you to not keep chasing like a lie. That's what most people do. Like, literally, honestly, most people just chase a lie. Like, life is right in front of you. Live it, breathe it, like it's in the moment. We live in one of the best times ever for humanity, and yet most depression ever, not because we don't have the tools or we don't have, you know, the means to be happy, but because we forgot why we are here. We forgot why we are humans, and understanding ourselves, using science to understand ourselves, using, you know, all these insights really enables you to see these things and really grow as a person, like literally grow, literally, you know, like literally, literally, you know, grow as a person. And I wish I could send this message to everyone. I wish I could tell everybody, like, man, look at yourself. Like, people that don't feel good, or people that don't know what to do, or people that, you know, like that are stuck with themselves. I wish I could just tell them, like it's right in front of you. Like, open your eyes and see, like you know, like, see how privileged you are to be in the spot you are. Like, get rid of all this bullshit conditioning. Don't listen to all these people telling you how to live your life. Don't listen to people like tell you like how to be. Don't listen to, you know, like people to you know, to that wants to design you and judge you. Like, you are what you are, and the moment you start realizing that, and the moment you take that off, you set yourself for free. You set yourself free for real. Because a lot of people have these warped concepts of like freedom, and like, this is why I'm here, and this is that, and this is that. Like, all these warped concepts. No, that's not freedom. It's not free to buy a car or a bigger house or a better phone. That's not real freedom. Real freedom is to actually get rid of all this conditioning and start using your experiences and your insights to make the right choices. That is real freedom. Because if you're just going from one moment to another in a very impulsive way, and you don't use reason to make decisions, and you just have ads and marketing and people trying to manipulate you to believe, to make you believe what makes you happy and what you have to buy or whatever the fuck, like that is what actually causes you to get depressed and to feel empty. That's not freedom. And yet people can, you know, market it like this is your freedom, this is your freedom. That's not real freedom. Real freedom is one in the mind. It's not one in where you can buy whatever you want. It's in the mind. The freedom of to think what you want. The freedom to you know, to believe what you want. The freedom to make your own choices. That's the real freedom. And that is something you don't need any money. You don't need any money to achieve that. You don't need anyone even to tell you that. The only thing you need is the awareness to realize that. And the moment you do, I can guarantee you guys, the moment you do and the moment you see these things, you will be so much more happy, so much more fulfilled, and it's right in front of you. So that's my real talk here. That's all I have to say. I don't know what you have to add to that, Mr. Reese.
It's pretty comprehensive, bro. It's pretty comprehensive. I don't know if I can add much to that, man.
Okay. So yeah, guys, that is what I gotta say about it. A little bit, you know, a little bit real talk.
I feel like Anonymous got really, his money was worth it.
Man, like honestly, we live in such a fucked up world with so much bullshit, and you know, it's really fucked up that, you know, a moment of reason can be so much air for you guys. This is what life is. Me saying this stuff and people going like, whoa, like this is your life. It should be like this all the time. It shouldn't be just me saying this and you feeling motivated right now. No, this should be your life every single day. When you wake up until you go to bed is how you should live your life. Shouldn't be me just saying that and being inspired in this moment, and then the next moment, because of neural pathways being more evolved, because of social conditioning more developed at that part, like you just slip back into the bullshit and you forget about it. No, this is how you should live from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed. And the thing is, it's really fucking hard. It is hard because the bullshit around you is so strong. It pulls to you. It pulls you. It fucking pulls to you. So yeah, it's I know that, you know, while these things sound so much sensical, like it's very hard. I understand that it's very hard to, you know, to make sense in a world where things make no sense at all. You know, it's hard to try and make sense as a person. And yeah, like I try to do my best, you know, to contribute to that. And people come over here, work together with us, and but the problem is, like, a lot of people that even apply like are so, you know, are so attached to all these different ideas and such, and it's, you know, it's hard. It's hard to, yeah, a lot of people have quite some, you know, restructuring to do and reevaluating, and experience can help a lot in that. But these insights can also help a lot in that when you reflect on it and you meditate on it. So yeah. So that is my little real talk, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it.